The lights are about to go green for the first time this season. Who's going to win the race? On pole position, we have Mark Martin. Alongside him, we have pre-season testing topper, earlier race winner from last season. The race winner from last season at this very track. As the lights go out, and it's Mark Martin who gets the best start, and it is Lord Ferry who falls down the order. He doesn't get a good start, and it is actually one of the Hortefers in the background who spins around, and that's Loffery and Marcelo who spin around. And Dino Monkey's made up a lot of places from PA on the grid, but it is the pole sitter who leads the race in this snowy race of Bern. But he taps the wall, and who's leading now? It is Dino Monkey who leads the race from P8. What a start from the provisional race winner from last season at this very track. He now leads the race. It is now Dino Monkey leading the race, heading through the final chicane, unless he spins around, which he doesn't. It is such a close pack as it stands right now. It's Dino, Nomik, Techno, Gosha, Gaspin, Marcelo, Mark Martin. Weki's lap didn't count apparently. But, oh, Dino Monkey smashed into the wall, but he still leads the race. No, he doesn't. It's Nomik. We didn't see that properly, but it's Nomik now leading the race. And he's not led a race in a while, I'll tell you that. Oh, what's that? Dino Monkey around 90 degrees on the fast sweeping turn. Yes, it was. Now it is Nomeg leading the race. Right here, watching Gaspin. Oh, almost into the fucking barrier. Jeez, he's chasing down Weki now. Weki is running in a solid P3 position for Orivento, a team with very low expectations, sponsored by Horseboo, as they are catching up to a driver who's just gone straight on. That was Antec. Couldn't take the corner. Way too bad to drive a Formula E car at these speeds. And he smashes into the wall. But he's still in the race, as we saw in the background. Gosha must have taken the lead of the race already, has he? Is it Nomeg versus Gosha? It is now Gosha who leads the Bern E-Prix, unless Nomeg can fight it back through a very difficult chicane. But it does extend the gap. Or is it like that? Because now Nomeg is right on his tail, and whoever's going to lead the race is the man who's going to cross the line first by the end of lap 4. Out of the final chicane now. Nomeg brakes slightly later, but he sacrifices the main speed through the chicane. Oh, Nomeg spins! What's happened to Nomeg? Oh, he's still in it. Nomeg is still in it as the safety car is getting ready on the exit of the pit lane. And it's Mark Martin hot on the heels of Nomeg, who recently made a mistake in the final corner. Now Marcelo could excel. He could get past that. Oh, that's Mark Martin spinning around, drifting into the DHL barrier, and he's lost ground after making a recovery up to P3. Where is he now? Must be PA or something. Oh, Nomik spins around in the background. Nomik gets spun and he loses all the positions he's gained in this race. And now, I have no clue who's leading. Yes, it is Gosha leading the race. Champion of last season. Followed closely by, no, not really closely anymore. Wow, now it's a mistake from Marcelo, who was running P2. Loses the position to Techno as Baelius is the one driver to activate the attack mode first. As he does that. Oh, it's spinning in the background there as Techno spins around the chicane, and now Mark is back! Mark is back in it, folks! Or is that Mark? Yes, it is! Mark is back already! What is this? Witchcraft from the Dutchman. A 3-time race winner in the league is now up to P2! No, it isn't! It isn't that now, as it is him spinning around almost and falling down to P7. Such a close fight, such an unpredictable race so far. Weki is now in P3, or is it? He's been passed by Plano drivers. Who's spun? Oh, it's Mark again! Mark is spun again! What is this guy doing? He's just spinning and drifting everywhere. But he just comes back at it and gains positions like nothing happened. This guy is not a real guy. This guy's a hologram, innit? Oh, as Mark Martin smashes into the wall. It is a safety car. It is a safety car. Gosha. Now in front of the safety car, so the safety car has to wait one more lap. When is Gosha going to speed away? Oh, it looks like he already has, and he has. The Russian now leads away the pack, and now he leads by a margin that was bigger than what it was. At the chicane, Marcel is still P2. No, he isn't. He's been overtaken by the RS Motorsports, and Lofro has been given a new chance to win this race. Jerry versus... Oh, excuse me here. We have a fight for the race lead, and it's Mark Martin leading the race as Gosha makes a mistake in the chicane. But who's going to lead now? As it's Mark Martin versus Marcelo and Gosha, and even Voltron and Jerry, you can include them. Need might catch up sooner or later, but it's a five-way fight for the lead, which is something I wished for the entire last season, which we did have on multiple occasions, but now it's for the championship lead as it's Mark Martin spinning around into the barrier. Dutchman can't keep it cool and he spins it into the wall and he's behind me now. He falls down to like P6 if I'm not completely wrong. Mark Martin from the race lead down to P6 in 2 corners. It's now Marcelo. No, it isn't. Gosha takes back the race lead. The Russian versus the Japanese driver, and it looks like Gosha has the edge. But now Gosha weaving on a straight, trying to shake him off his slipstream. Is trying to make it stick. Oh, Gosha's still ahead. Marcelo almost spun around, I saw, but he saved it. And Jerry's up to the podium places. There's a fight for the final podium places. Oh my goodness. It is Voltron now leading this little pack here. It's for P3 in the race. But as it stands at the moment, it looks like we have 3 quite clearly fast drivers here. It is Gosha, Marcelo, and Mark Martin once he doesn't spin into a wall. These are the fastest drivers. Oh, excuse me a moment here. It's Jerry into the wall. Or did he get stuck on the sausage curve and send it straight into the wall? Unfortunately, I think that's the reality as Techno moves past play across the line, and as yeah, he's no longer last in the field, but play is on the last. No, Techno spinning into the wall, falling into last, but then overtaking for P13. But what is going on for our change rules? Mark Martin versus Voltron. Oh my goodness me. Still a fight for the race lead, but this fight is even closer, and it is Mark Martin winning this little fight here, or is it Voltron getting a very sublime exit here? Could probably snatch back position straight into the chicane. Now it's going to be toughest on the throttle, and it looks like Mark Martin has solidated his position, but now it's Marcelo who's taking the lead from the race, and Gosha is challenged by the guys behind. What is Gosha going to do about this? Watch him through the chicane. Marcelo almost spins around. Watch that now. Oh my god, down the straight now with the Russian driver chasing down the hole to be gone. They are separated by 0. They're top 5 now in this race. 5 different teams. What am I witnessing in front of my eyes? In the space of a second, you see these guys flashing past you across the line. And it is Marcelo leading that back, or is it? Who's going to be toughest on the exit? Mark Martin smashes into the wall once again, as usual. No Make tries to challenge for the lead as he does, but Gosha takes back the lead again. And Marcelo and No Make is having a little scrap in the background now as Gosha extends the little gap, but that gap might fall soon as the slippery is going to carry them straight up to his bumper. Who's going to be the leading car into the chicane now? It looks like Gosha is, as he's really calm in these situations. But through the chicane, is he going to make a mistake? No, he doesn't. None of them make a mistake. Gosha's trying to shake and go zigzag across the straight, trying to shake them off his slipstream. The slipstream's too powerful. Now No Make is on the inside. No, it isn't. Marcelo makes a massively amazing move, but No Make gets the exit off his line. They are separated by almost 0 here. The top 3, as Mark Martin is trying to catch up to them, trying to recover for the 10 to 20th time of the race. Mark Martin might die down the inside of Gosha. No, he doesn't. Mark Martin took pole position, trying to make a move, trying to make up for what he did on the first lap. They are separated by less than a tenth. Who's going to be ahead now? It's Gosha versus Mark Martin versus No Make even. It is going to be a fight for the race lead here, as we're going to watch Mark Martin on board with Mark Martin now, as he's trying to make a move on Gosha, who's got up the back of their exit. Gosha's still ahead. The 2 white cars on the white surface now. Diabolical fight here. Mark Martin almost spins around for the 100th time this race, but he takes the lead as Gosha doesn't get the exit he wants. Shibuya in the lead, ahead of Vertex, ahead of RS, ahead of Holtabu. Gosha makes another mistake which solidifies the race lead for Mark Martin, but Gosha is not giving up yet. He's going to activate their attack mode now. No, they don't. No one's activated their attack mode as far as I'm concerned. Mark Martin is still ahead, but into the chicane, anything can happen. Ow! Gosh, it smashes into the wall and loses 2 positions. Voltron's crashes out. Voltron's crashed it. Voltron's crashed. What a fight we're having for the race lead between 4 solid drivers here. All of them claimed at least 1 race win last season. Same with Low Prairie right behind them. Gosha's in this right now. He's catching up to Marcelo. But Nomek is pulling away as far as I know. The Portuguese driver who lost the championship last season after leading it for a little while. Beaten by, of course, Gosha. Oh no! Nomek crashes out from the race lead! The Portuguese driver who I was just talking about smashes into the wall after losing the rear grip. And it seems over for him. Voltron's also spun in the background I saw. Mark Martin, Gosha. Excuse me, Marcelo's also made a mistake. It's a 2-way fight now. It went from a 4-way fight to a 2-way fight in the space of 3 corners. It's Gosha versus Mark Martin all over again as Marcelo is like 2 seconds behind them. Mark alongside Gosha now. The fight for the race lead. Now Gosha's dream scenario as Mark Martin smashes into the wall, and it is now Gosha leading the race again solidly. Oh, as Voltron gets disqualified, it's the black flag for the Ivorian driver as he pulls into the pit and accepts his fate. Marcelo is back in the spot again. The whole driver back in it now. The Japanese driver following the lead closely, but it's still a super close fight for the lead between Mark Martin and Gosha. But I'm just wondering if Marcelo can apply to this little fight here. He looks impatient, he looks like hungry, he wants to take the lead, but Mark Martin does that. He does exactly that. As Gosha makes a mistake through turn 5, it's now Mark Martin leading the race, and it's another race lead swap. But now Gosha takes that corner a little bit nicelier as Mark Martin taps the outside wall and might lose a position to Marcelo. Marcelo's all over the rear of Mark Martin. You really get the sense of speed from this onboard. Look at that, Mark Martin has lost the position, might lose another one for chicane now. If Gosha makes a mistake, he might gain one, and it is the mistake I was just about to tell you was gonna happen. Mark Martin now down to P3, and chance of victory is slimmed. Yeah, clock's P9 now. And Gosha activates his attack mode. First time in this race he's activated his attack mode. I think he tapped the wall there ever so slightly. But he's now going to go on the charge as Mark Martin also activates his attack mode. So does Techno. Marcelo. Who's that gap now? Who's going to be ahead? Is it Gosha or Marcelo? Marcelo is ahead! He's taking the lead. He's taking that attack mode slightly better and has lost less time by doing it. Lawferry also activates his attack mode. So does Nomeg. Lawferry is actually past his teammate. Who's the Boo driver. Now he makes a mistake! Marcelo makes a mistake in the race lead! Gosha takes back the race lead with 6 left to go! Mark Martin also makes another mistake! But it's now Gosha leading the race! A race win costing mistake there from the Japanese man racing for Hotabu Racing. Now smashes into the wall and it gives Gosha the opportunity to win the race with 5 laps to go when he crosses the line. Now it is. The world collapses in front of him. Oh my days. Marcelo has fucked up the attack mode and he's now in P3. Down the order, but it is him. Heading into the final sector now, heading into the final corners of Bern. And will we ever see snow again in URFE? As it is Gosha winning on a snowy afternoon here at Bern. Gaining Vertex their first win of the season and Vertex their first win of all time. Lawferry crosses the line second as he goes into the pits there. So does Marcelo. Nothing stating you can't do that. And he comes home into a P5 finish.